Aloha, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Virtual Open House today. Happy Monday. It is Monday, June 27th, and I am here live coming to you from my home office here in Nu'uanu, and today we are going to be virtually flying over the mountain and touring my new listing at 45679 Keneke Street in Kaneohe in Kapunahala. I'm really excited to be here. I haven't done one of these virtual open houses in a while. I'm going to be looking back and forth from the camera to my screen, but overall, I'm just really happy and excited to be here in front of you, and hope that I can give you as much information as I can today, and really try to give you a good overview of the property here virtually, even though we're not actually at the house physically. Right, so I'll be using a bunch of different technologies, Google Earth, Matterport tours, and really being able to, and as I narrate along, be able to show you a lot of the things that this place has to offer. Of course, the best way to get to know a property is by going there, but hopefully this will give you at least somewhat of a good idea and maybe inspire you to go see it for yourself. So let me just take a quick moment here to give those who have never seen one of my virtual open houses before, give those people some background on what's going to happen here. So on your screen in front of you, I'm going to be presenting, like I said, those technologies, Matterport, Google Earth, giving you a quick overview of everything. If you have any questions, feel free. We're live on Facebook today, so feel free to put your questions in the comments below. If you're watching the replay either on Facebook or on YouTube, you can still put your questions in the comments below, but if you ask them here, of course, I'll be able to answer them live. And if you put them in during one of the replays later down the line, then I'll answer it as quick as I can. So whether you're here live or whether you're here watching it on replay, put your questions in the chat, and I will be happy to answer them. One of the benefits of being here live is, of course, if you do ask those here today, I can answer it live here as we go. So with all that said, let's get into it. I mean, nothing else to say except for me to welcome you to 45679 Keneke Street. Now, I'm going to start in, how should I start this? I think I'm going to start in Matterport, and I'm going to give you kind of a quick overview of, of the property itself, and really get into the walk you through the property itself before I give you a little bit more information about the neighborhood, a little bit more information about the area around it. This is a top-down view of the property itself, so you can see on the right side here is going to be the entry up here in the upper right. This is the entry room. Then you're going to walk through. We're going to walk through, hit the kitchen and dining room. And then the living room. There's a covered enclosed patio out back. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms down here around the bottom side of the property itself. Of course, this Matterport tour is available online. We have a custom marketing website. If you are interested, go to 45679keneke.com, Keneke.com. Leave out the street, so it's 45679, no need a dash, 45679 Keneke.com, and it'll take you to this listing website, and you can go and watch you can use the virtual tour, which we're going to be using in a second here. You can also watch a 360 video walkthrough. I filmed this using a 360 camera, so you actually have, as the viewer of the video, you have control of where the camera looks. I'm still there giving you a tour, but you have the ability to look wherever you want as we walk through, which is really a cool technology. The overall floor plan, and of course high resolution photos, maps, and all those directions and everything like that. So but with all that said, let's go back to Matterport. We're going to go back into the house itself, and we'll jump in right here at the front door. Okay, so if I turn to the right, I'm just using my mouse and keyboard to navigate the same way you would if you were to jump into this. And if you've never used a virtual tour before, that's kind of how you can see I can use my mouse to click and rotate, look up and down, or I can just use my keyboard left and right to spin around in a circle. So when you walk into the house, you're going to be in the entry. This is actually a big room. So if you did want to use it as a lounge or as like an entryway or something more formal when you're entering into the property, of course, you have a lot of space to do that. Walking in through the doorway here, you can see as you walk straight into the property, the first thing you walk into is the dining room and the kitchen. And there's two hallways here which we'll utilize. So this is the first hallway going down to the two bedrooms on the left over here, then one more bedroom on the end, and then a bathroom here, which we'll see in a second. And then the second hallway is down here. That leads you to what we're calling the primary suite, including the primary bedroom and bath. Here on the right is the kitchen. So obviously, the home has been updated throughout the years, including this kitchen. This is not the original kitchen. And as you'll notice, maybe not so much when you're watching this virtually, but definitely in person, you're going to notice that everything was maintained very, very well. So all of the countertops, all the cabinets, they're all in really good shape. And even though it wasn't like super recent that the remodel was done, because it was maintained so well, these are still in really good condition. You have a separate oven, cooktop over here with the hood, and of course all the stainless steel appliances. Back here around the corner, this is a side door out to the side of the house, but here around the corner, a little bit of walk-through pantry here, some storage here on the outside as well. Okay. We'll walk into the living room here, and I'll point out a couple things. So big, open floor plan here for the living room, kitchen, dining room area. Behind these accordion doors is going to be the washer dryer. They are old style, so if you wanted to replace those with something more modern, it would look, I'm sure it would update a lot. Got more storage down here underneath the bar. I'll keep turning around. You can see the opposite side of the living room and the kitchen as well. And again, like I pointed out before, the first hallway and second hallway over here. Going all the way through the living room here, and you can see the covered porch enclosed by all these clear jalousie windows. And of course the door out to the back. So this would be a nice little area if you wanted to set up as another lounge, another living room, indoor outdoor kind of living with all these jalousie windows and the screened in porch kind of feel. Since we're here, I did want to point out that this house, if you look at the house on the map, you'll see that the house itself is located right butting up against Likelike Highway, which you can see right here. Now, I can't describe it here virtually because you're not there and can't experience it for yourself. But because we have this big hillside, because the house is sitting below Likelike, because of the way that the roof line gives you privacy when you're in the main house from the highway itself, there's a lot of added privacy and noise. What's the right word? It's fairly quiet considering that you are right abutting up against the freeway itself. And then, my amateur audiologist kind of theory too is because the freeway slants away from the house too, that might also be contributing to why it doesn't seem like you're actually living right on the freeway. I've been to properties on Kalani and Ole and Pali and stuff like that. This is nowhere near as noisy as that. But of course, everybody has a different tolerance for noise. So definitely invite you to go and see it for yourself and experience it for yourself. In that the 360 video that I pointed out on the website, you can go and tour the property for yourself, and included in that tour is the I stop in the backyard, and you can kind of get a feel for how loud it is through video, maybe through your phone or whatever. It's not the best medium, but so that's why I would say definitely go and experience it for yourself if you get a chance to get out there. Okay, fairly expansive backyard, which is nice, all gated in. The fencing goes all the way around. And if we go back into here, we'll walk down, visit the primary bedroom suite first. Over here, we'll stop. This is a walk-through bathroom. It has a stand-up shower here on the left, then toilet and sink. This is going to be the biggest bedroom here at our first stop, so that's why we kind of staged it as the primary bedroom. It is a corner room, so you do have two sets of windows giving you nice cross breeze. Closet here on the left. Okay. Now this end bedroom, while it's still a bedroom because you can see it has a closet right here, does have two entries. So I came in one and here's the other, both at the ends of those two hallways. that means, it could also function as a multifunction room as well. So whether it's a den or, a study room or library or something like that, it does have the two entrances, giving you a lot of flexibility. Or if you wanted to, of course, close one of those exits, then you would have a more traditional bedroom with only one entry. You'll see on the ground, everything is carpeted. And then in the bedrooms and the living room, it does have this open beam ceiling, so you do get some nice high ceilings. All right. And then the second bedroom, here you can see the closet on the left. Again, corner bedroom, so you got two sets of windows, one facing the front of the house towards Keneke Street, and then one towards the side. Back out. The last bedroom here. This one is only one set of windows, but you got a nice big closet. Again, open beam ceilings, carpets on the ground. And then the hallway bath. So this one has another stand-up shower, the full enclosed one, and then toilet and sink as well. But again, it's really simple house, but at the same time, it's really well maintained, has been updated throughout the years, expanded all the good things. No major disclosures at this time that we're aware of. So that's always good. And especially because it has been owner occupied for a very long time, that's been taken care of. If we go back to the website, I want to point out a couple of photos here since we are looking at the website. So this is the backyard. Backyard is nice and spacious. Just all grass right now. Like I said, we're not sure where the property line goes up that hill towards Likelike. But obviously after survey, you'll know how far up and if you can be able to terrace all the way up the hill or something like that. But for now, you can see where the fence is and it encloses this nice big backyard. From the front of the house, let's see, the front of the house. This is from Keneke Street. So you can see the front of the house has a 2-car carport here. It also has a powered automated fence, with the clicker that slides the gate across for extra security. And then the 2-car carport, like I mentioned before. We'll just take another look of the carport area here up front. As you can see, the beautiful, I went at, in the afternoon, and you get some beautiful sunset over the Ko'olaus kind of vibes from this house. And I guess I can show you. This is the washer dryer as well. So with those folding doors open, gives you a good idea of what it kind of looks like in those accordion doors. So that's really the house in a nutshell and a really simple overview of it. Again, if you go to 45679 Keneke, no dash, no street.com, you can get the 3D tour, you get a 360 video walkthrough, look at all those photos, the floor plan, etc. This is the floor plan that we saw from overhead on the Matterport before. Good, my neighbor's dogs are barking. And give you a little bit of rundown. So I highly recommend that you go and check out the listing website for yourself. Use the Matterport and walk through the property on your own so you get a good feel for what it is. And then, of course, the best thing, though, schedule a private showing with your favorite real estate agent and get a even more intimate look at it being there at the property. All right, so from here, we're going to move over to Google Earth so that I can give you some more information about the area, especially if you are watching this not familiar with Kaneohe, not familiar with the island of Oahu. Hopefully this Google Earth tour will give you some information about the property itself and kind of the neighborhood. So this is the island of Oahu, right? And you can see basically a parallelogram. So you got 4 sides: North Shore, West side, which we call West Oahu, the south side of the island, which we call Town, that stretches all the way out to Kalailoa, and then the windward side. So the majority of our island, the majority of population live on the south shore along this shore here. However, there is a group of neighborhoods out here on the windward side, on the east side of the island, most famously Kailua and Kaneohe. And our house, this listing, 45679 Keneke Street, is in Kaneohe Town, which is this kind of group of neighborhood right here. So if I bring up, let's see, if I bring up all my Kaneohe landmarks here, point out a couple things as we, let's see. What happened to all the rest of my landmarks? I don't think they updated. Anyway, so these are all the major ones, though, that we can point out here in Kaneohe. And of course, if you have any questions about the neighborhood or things nearby, definitely recommend reaching out to your real estate agent, or you can leave a question here on our chat as we go. You can see we got a thumbs up. Thank you for whoever left that one. Feel free to reach out and ask about any specific amenities you have. I'm just going to go over some of the more common ones here that you'll obviously take advantage of if you live out here. So first ones being the two malls, or the two shopping centers. Windward Mall, which is probably the biggest mall, especially for the east side of the island, has its own theater, and of course all different retail shops and that kind of stuff. But closer to Keneke Street is going to be Windward City Shopping Center, which is right here. That's gonna have Foodland, Longs. So Foodland's going to be your closest grocery store, and probably the place that you would use for all of your grocery needs. And then, of course, if you are going to school out here, Windward Community College, the biggest community college out here on the east side, is going to be located really close as well. If you do like to golf, Bayview Golf Course is over here. It's a par 3 course, so only par 3s. It's a smaller course, but they also have a zip line and putt-putt. So you don't have to be a full-fledged golfer to do that. Vicinity from here, you can also see Kaneohe Marine Corps Base out here on this tip over here on the bay. Kaneohe Bay is kind of this area right here. If you do like to boat, if you have a boat or something like that, there's a very famous sandbar that people like to visit right around here. You would launch off Heiakea, this marina right out here, and go out to the sandbar out here. Very good for leisure activities. For beach itself, now Kaneohe famously has Kaneohe Beach Park, which is here. It's not what you would think of when you think of Hawaiian beaches, though. So just be prepared for that. If you want to get like a traditional white sandy beach, it's a short little drive out to Kailua, which is over here. Kailua also is going to have things like Whole Foods, Target, and a couple other amenities that you might want to use if you stay out here on the east side. Okay, taking off those landmarks for Kaneohe, let me get the schools up here. So these are the 3 schools. Obviously, highly recommend, and you need to do your own due diligence and verify that these are the correct schools for the property before you buy it, if that's a concern for you. But as far as my research goes, Kapunahala Elementary, which is right down the road, King Intermediate, and Castle High School, so all 3 fairly close by. And those would be the 3 public schools that would service this address. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit more and kind of give you some idea. Just real quick, finish up here with where the property is and and some of the advantages of its location. So, you might think that living so close to the freeway is a drawback. And, like I said before, I invite you to go and experience the house itself for you, because you get a chance to see actually how loud it is and see if it's actually something that would bother you. But from my experience there, it has been very manageable. And the nice thing, the trade-off is that you are right around the corner from basically access to anywhere in the island. So this highway here is Likelike Highway, which turns into Kaneohe Bay Drive. Kaneohe Bay Drive goes all the way down to Kailua. And then if you take it going, I guess that would be south, or maybe it's west, but anyway, if you go this way on Likelike, you're going to be right in Kalihi, right in town. So if you work in town, downtown, something like that, Likelike Highway is literally right on the corner, and you are jumping on and a straight shot into town. This highway here is Kahikili. Kahikili is also great because that's the beginning of the route to the North Shore. So if you want to go visit the North Shore, if you want to go out to, like I mentioned before, Heiakea, which is the boat harbor, it's probably fastest to go through there rather than take Kamehameha Highway, which is this highway over here. Kamehameha Highway not only goes through Kaneohe town, but again also takes you, which would be south, along the island this way takes you to Kailua, connects you to Pali Highway and like Pali Golf Course, H3, all the different thoroughfares. So, you know, getting into town, if you do run into problems taking Likelike Highway coming into town this way, you can always jump on Kamehameha Highway, go this way, and take H3 into town. If you work out more towards the west side, that might actually be more beneficial to you because H3 does go a little bit more west than Likelike. Or you can keep going and all the way down to Pali, and that will take you through Nu'uanu and straight into downtown. So you have a lot of options. Being, you know, while there might be some drawbacks that you might have living so close to the freeway like this, you do get a lot of benefits out of it. And like I said before, you know, when you're living in Kaneohe town, having quick access into Windward City Shopping Center, having quick access to Windward Mall, over to Bayview, whatever you want to do, Kailua if you want to go to the beach, is really something special. So, you know, overall though, a lot of things to digest here for this property. Of course, like I said before, the best way to learn about the property here virtually is to either visit the website 45679keneke.com or schedule a showing with your favorite real estate agent. Because, you know, all the information I gave you here today, while it does give you a lot of information about it, I highly recommend you to go see it in person. Go and experience just the level of sound and kind of the noise factor that you might have concerned over the living so close to the freeway for yourself, because you know, like I said before, I was definitely surprised by it when I first went there. But with all that said, I think that's going to do it for my virtual open house today. Again, my name is Nick Kawakami. I am a licensed agent here in Hawaii with Marcus Realty. And it's been my pleasure to bring you this virtual open house for my listing on... Ooh, I just realized that the web address in my... sorry about that. There it is. That's what happens when you cut and paste sometimes. It's now correct. Where is that? Nope, this way. Yeah, this one right here. 45679keneke.com. Thank you for sticking around with me. I hope you found this information useful. It's always my goal to try and make these virtual open houses as informative as possible. Because obviously, you know, if you're watching this, that means you couldn't make it down, or maybe you're just looking at this for some verification on stuff you saw before. So I hope I provided that to you. If you have any questions, of course, you can feel free to put them in the chat, whether you're watching this here live or watching it on replay. Feel free to leave those comments, leave those questions, and I'll be happy to answer them, or reach out to your favorite real estate agent and they'll be happy to get in touch with me as well and figure out your question. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Aloha.